Coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Denton, Texas, America, and the world. It's time for the Green Guys Show.
I'm a big Green Guys fan.
A full hour of all things Mean Green Sports. Live from the KNTU studios on the campus of the University of North Texas.
We're surrounded by North Texas.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Green Guys Show.
There's not much that gets me more fired up.
Heartbreak in San Antonio. 31-27, UTSA wins. We got a lot to talk about today. In addition to football, we've got some volleyball and soccer. But welcome all to the Green Guys. I'm Zach Babb. I'm joined alongside Anthony Council.
I can't speak today. I'm just not going to speak today. I'm sorry. I can't.
Well, you already broke that.
We're going to get it out of you. Don't worry about it.
Cullen Brown.
What's going on?
And Kevin Walker.
Howdy.
If you're wondering why Anthony Council is refusing to talk, yet still took the time to come up in studio today to sit here.
To not talk. His
9-3 prediction is no more.
Wah, wah, wah.
Rest in peace. As the Mean Green lost their fourth game of the season, they are now 4-4 on the year. They are 3-1 in conference play, still in second place.
At least your cat trick prediction's still alive.
Is it?
I think that one died a long time ago.
I think so.
It's still
too.
technically alive.
With all respect to how great of a season Kat Burnell has had, she is not averaging a hat trick a game. So
Which I don't think anybody.
Anthony,
Yeah.
drastically overestimated that.
I did. Look, she has a lot of cat tricks at practice, okay? That's all I can say. So, but that's practice. But,
Okay, all right.
we're talking about practice.
Talking about practice,
I
man.
know.
We need your level of optimism, especially during these down times. As now is not where you turn away. Anthony.
You're right.
We need you now more than ever.
Now
We need you to predict how we're going to run the table and rematch with UTSA in
Exactly.
the conference title game.
Yeah,
Exactly.
now we got to focus on getting bowl.
Yeah.
Right.
Bowls.
Right.
Before bowls happen, though, there's still a lot of football to be played. We're 8 games into a 12-game season, a 13th game if they can make a bowl game, if they can somehow get into the conference championship game, which is still in the cards, make that a 14th game. But yeah, time to talk a little bit of football as North Texas falls to UTSA 31-27. UTSA scored 21 of their 31 points in the fourth quarter. It was a defensive-laden game to start. It was 6-3 North Texas at the half. North Texas also led this game.
Just like we predicted.
Yeah, 10-7 entering the fourth quarter. Or 10 to...
Something.
It was.
I can't do math.
Okay, so I got this for you. I got
13-10.
There you go.
Entering the fourth quarter.
There you go.
And then 21-14 was the score in the fourth quarter alone as UTSA basically, and I hate to admit it, but it's what they did. They basically put together what we put together in 2017 in terms of a drive. Now, granted, it wasn't a 98-yard drive with no timeouts. It was a 75-yard drive?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah, roughly, to beat us with 15 seconds to play. And, UTSA comes away with the 31-27 win. It was back and forth in the fourth quarter. Brendan Brady scored a touchdown to make it 17-13 UTSA. Then Varkey's Gums caught a 44-yard pass from Austin Awney, making it 20-17 North Texas. Josh Cephas had a 6-yard catch from Frank Harris, made it 24-20. Then Isaiah Johnson had a 1-yard pass from Austin Awney, made it 27-24 North Texas. And then the killer, Frank Harris, 10-yard pass to DeCorian Clark with 15 seconds left to play to give the Birds of the Roadrunner variety, because we're both birds, the win.
Yes, we are.
So-
we are.
Battle of the Birds.
So normally we start this segment by criticizing UNT and going through the stats and everything. Did we all watch the game? Or majority of the game?
Unfortunately, Luttrell tends to schedule these games when I'm trying to make a living for myself, so that's something I need to talk with him about. But for the most part, I did try to tune in whenever I could.
Okay.
When you were trying.
So we do have access
Good answer,
to the
Colin.
stats. We've talked. What I think the main bullet points we've hit all year is 250 rushing yards, limit turnovers. Austin Awney has to be game manager. Osanani threw 325 yards on 15 completed passes, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. I'm going to be the first to say that's not bad considering the defense that they're playing, okay? We already said UTSA is not that great of a defense, but it is a good team overall.
Yeah.
Osanani did not have a bad day. He did not lose them that game.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody says. That pick, it's 1 pick. You threw 3 touchdowns. You had 325 yards on 15 completions.
Yeah.
The running game wasn't even, I would even be daring to say non-existent.
We went from 425 yards, 475 yards the week before, a school record, to 22 yards on 21 carries.
I was shocked when I saw that. I was like, 22 yards?
We went from school record to probably one of the worst rushing games in the history of North Texas football.
to just warrant.
Yeah.
But we didn't get blown out. We put up a great offensive fight on the passing side. Ryder Burns had a great game.
Well, so I'm trying to remember our score predictions from last week. I know Anthony was the
So
one that predicted the win.
So mid-game, I put it in the group chat. Anthony had 3 predictions. So
Count
Anthony,
on Kevin Walker to drop something in the group chat.
yeah, no kidding.
Ain't that the truth?
I just was like, this game is getting too interesting for me not to put it. So, Cullen, you said 38-28 UTSA.
I did.
A 10-point difference, which everybody was completely beside themselves until I said a 7-point difference because I said 24-17 UTSA. Anthony said 3 options, 24-24 UNT, 35-27 UNT, and then 35-48 UNT.
Just, I love it.
And what
Anthony
did
going
the,
with 3 predictions.
Which is really not that bad. I kind of stayed in that little range.
What did Blake end up predicting?
Blake said a blowout.
He didn't have a score
He didn't
prediction.
even have a score. He just said it wasn't going to be close.
I thought he did. Okay, whatever.
And then
But
Zach said 48-45 UNT.
I got that wrong.
He had a prediction.
He did
'Cause
have
I
a
remember that.
prediction. Yeah.
Okay, I didn't get it. It was
It's lost forever to
It's
the
somewhere
world.
out
he
there.
said it
Yes.
was bad though.
unless you check out last week's episode, but besides that point.
Right.
No, the point I was getting at is, so the most of us, not including the optimistic Anthony Council, all
Hey.
predicted the UTSA to win.
Correct.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, the UNT showed something by they're able to compete and everything, and obviously holding UTSA to 6 or 3 points at halftime.
Three.
Three.
So that was impressive on that end. The problem with UNT is that, we've talked about it all year. You mentioned it. UNT has one way to win on offense. It is establish the run and let Ani not turn the ball over, work off that play action, and just keep it to a clean game. UNT was not able to run the ball, as we mentioned, 22 yards on offense. Ani, again, had that 1 interception. Could have had more? Sure. But at the same time, as you're a quarterback, right? And I tell you the odds of flipping a coin, heads or tails, it's like 50%. Now, granted, you didn't land on its side, so it's actually a little less than 50%. That's what Osanani had completion percentage-wise. He was 15-31. That's something you can't have from the oldest quarterback in Division I. I don't care who you are. I get that UNT was forced to pass, and that's something they're not comfortable with doing. And Ani did throw for 325 yards and 3 touchdowns. But you have to be able to consistently be able to move the chains when your rushing game is not able to do so. Now, does that fall a little bit on the coaching staff, maybe not able to scheme up and not able to make that halftime adjustment against UTSA? Sure. But Ani, at the same time, holds a little bit of this blame as well for his, let's just say, inefficiency on this one. Because that's been a problem all season. It hasn't been just this game.
He also missed a handful of wide open throws.
There you go.
And in his defense, though, I think Jake Roberts dropped 3 passes on his own, and he had a couple other drops in there as well. So, again, you can spread the blame.
How
around.
many of those drops would you say is on strictly the receiver's fault? Because sometimes the passes.
One was like going to be again. I'm bunkered down in the radio call, so I'm not watching the game. I'm just interpreting what I hear. But
Right.
It sounded like, per Dave Barnett, Roberts had a walk-in touchdown that he dropped.
And that's fair. And again, everyone deserves shoulder to the blame. My point is that Osanani, you say you didn't lose the game. Well, he didn't necessarily win it for him either, in some respects.
And I get that, and I understand that. And winning a game is going to be. It's not a one player does it all kind of thing. I don't care what team, who you look at, the Alabamas, the whoever of the world. No one player wins a game. This is football. It's 11 men on each side, and it takes all 11 men to win that game. It doesn't matter. So I get that. I'm just saying Osanani didn't throw 3 picks, didn't throw two interceptions. He threw 1 pick, had a decent game. Could his completion percentage been better? Could the receivers caught more balls? I get it. You do have to spread the blame. But I want to ask y'all, I mean, we can go over these stats for UTSA, 238 passing yards. Frank Harris, we knew he was going to run the ball over us. He had more rushing yards than our entire offense had. 75 yards on the ground on 16 carries. They also let their running back, Brendan Brady, 19 carries on 112 yards and 2 touchdowns. So we couldn't stop the rushing game and we couldn't get ours going, but we did sort of lock down the pass. We didn't allow an atrocious amount of offensive passing yards.
Because they didn't need to.
And I get that. So my question to y'all is not stats related. Is it too late for UNT? Because obviously this was the Conference USA clinching first place game. Is it too late for UNT to take this away as a moral victory in the season? Or is it we should have had this no matter what?
Well, that's what I was alluding to. We all came away from our last podcast thinking, okay, UNT is going to lose this game because of what happened last year and how UTSA came out, momentum-wise this year. They'd already had some, I think it was like 2 or 3 straight really impressive wins before they got to UNT. It's one of those that the fact that they were leading this late in the game in the fourth quarter before UTSA obviously had that 75-whatever drive to ended up ultimately winning it, that is somewhat of a moral victory. I'm not the biggest moral victory guy when it comes to sports, but at the same time, you do have to give UNT credit, the fact that most of us and most of America didn't even think they were going to win this game, and they were winning it this late in the game. That's something to take away, don't get me wrong, but at the same time, UNT can absolutely turn this around in terms of, channeling their next game into something positive and build on momentum from this, given the fact that they went against the Conference USA number 1 overall team, who are now 4-0 in Conference USA. That's nothing to, hold your head down for. I mean, this was a really great team that they lost to.
Yeah.
Mean Green are 4-4. They won 1 game last year and lost 6 straight. So I do believe that this could be somewhat of a turnaround. Anthony, what were you going to say? I'm sorry.
I mean, for me, I'm just thinking off of no stats alone. We talked about this off air. What in the world happened to the defense in the third quarter? Their defense was fine first, second quarter, but then when halftime came, when it was halftime, it's like they had some chicken and they got some Kool-Aid and they was going to sleep. I'm like, wake up. You guys are still playing a game.
Which brings me to my next question. Do y'all think, and I've said this so many times, and I hate sounding like a broken record, but again, is this coaching as to why they didn't win this game?
I mean, that you can look at it as one team really made adjustments at halftime and the other one didn't. So, yeah. I mean, you can point to Luttrell at this point. You can point to head coach Traylor for UTSA, excuse me, I'm about to say UNT, and look at the difference between the 2 levels of coaching. And you can sit there and say, hey, why wasn't this executed at a higher level? Why have you been able to run on all the other teams at will, no matter what the skill? I mean, we ran better against SMU, better UNLV, better than we ran Saturday. And it just goes to show that they weren't able to make the adjustments that UTSA was able to. And I think that was a big part of why they were able to come away with the win.
Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, I think it has a lot to do with the fans at UTSA at the Alamo Dome.
Oh my God, it was so loud there.
I bet. I mean, because every team
helps when you put a big metal roof over your head to keep sound in.
Yeah, it does.
But
yeah.
man,
take notes
because every team in a league needs a dome, right? Like including in hockey, right?
Thank you. That's what I was about to say. That is my point. I think you may have heard me say that before. Every team in every sport, as long as they have the required funding, needs to have a dome at this point, no matter the sport.
Including hockey, right?
Yes, including hockey, yes.
The sport that's been indoors since its inception.
Right,
Hey,
exactly.
don't forget the Winter Classic.
I'm including of everybody, yes.
The Winter Classic went well.
Go Stars. But yeah, there you go. Anyone have any closing thoughts on UTSA before we move on to Western Kentucky?
They look good, but not as good as last year.
We said that about UTSA too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did.
Oh boy. Well, moving right along to next week's game, or this week's game rather. Another road trip to another tough opponent in the Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, who open up this game about the same that as far as the spread goes,
yep,
the
-10.
UTSA did. It's Western Kentucky -10 right now. Western Kentucky, they are overall on the season 5-3. They are 3-1 in conference play, and they had probably a start that scared everybody in Bowling Green. They nearly lost to FCS Austin P. You even heard of Austin P before.
Shout out Austin P.
Can't even say that I would have pronounced it right.
38-27. They pulled away in the fourth quarter to beat Austin P. They had to score 17 points in the fourth quarter to win.
When's the win?
Austin P.
I forgot Anthony's got the maturity of a 10-year-old.
Yeah.
That is funny.
They followed that up with a blowout win over Hawaii, 49-17, then lost in overtime to Indiana, 33-30.
Such a change in team.
Then a 73-0 shutout over FIU. FIU is bad.
Hey, my 50-0 prediction's still on the table, by the way, for that game. Just saying.
Troy then beat them, 34-27. They rebound, well, not really rebound, but then they come back the next week and almost beat UTSA, 31-28. They fall to the Roadrunners. And then
Hey, that looks familiar.
35-17, they beat rival Middle Tennessee. And then perhaps the big shocker so far of Conference USA, they beat UAB 20-17. UAB drops to 4-3. Western Kentucky 5-3.
Just
and
above us.
now coming to, or we go into Bowling Green here as 10-point underdogs. And the thing that scares me the most is Western's offense is about as good as UTSA's. Statistically speaking, their defense is much better.
Yep.
Including against the rush.
Yep.
So,
Early thoughts on the Hilltoppers?
well, just based off of that alone, I don't like our odds at all because if their defense is good against the run, and is UTSA's defense historically good against the run? I mean, or did they just pack the box all game and we couldn't get around it?
They're not, again, as Zach pointed out, not statistically this great against the run.
We never even really established the runs. I mean, we started off the game with 4 straight pass plays.
Very
against
uncharacteristic.
against UTSA.
Very uncharacteristic of.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they focus
You know,
on. Maybe that's what they turn the focus to, and if that's so, maybe they can do a little something against Western Kentucky if they're not the greatest, they're not the fastest on their DBs.
Western Kentucky gives up an average of 134 rushing yards per game, just 358 yards per game in total. That's almost 100 more less per game than UTSA.
This is one of those where I know I was the pessimist to Anthony's optimist whenever it came to predicting UNT's season. I had this one as a loss as well. I just didn't see how UNT could potentially compete versus a team like Western Kentucky with all their talent and everything. Austin Reed, their quarterback, has been efficient. He's been very talented. His touchdown to interception ratio, thank you for English, is about 4-1. I know. It's incredible. The running game has been very effective. They just seem like they can beat you in more ways than UNT can. And UNT can when they win this game? Sure. If they come out with that same defensive intensity that they came out in the first half against UTSA, maybe kind of keep themselves around it and then maybe just a couple plays go their way, sure. But if you're a betting man, that's why the spread's at -10, because Western Kentucky is simply the better all-around team than North Texas right now.
My hot take is that Western Kentucky is actually the best team in Conference USA. I don't know how hot of a take that really is. I think they're better than UTSA, despite their loss to UTSA. I think they're better and more well-rounded.
You got to remember, too, this is a Western Kentucky team that won the East Division last year and played UTSA for the title game and only lost by 3, I think it was.
I think they get
so
their
these
revenge.
these are the two cream of the crop teams in Conference USA that we have to play back to back on the road.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't think that this is a game that UNT can win. I'll just jump to the chase. I think that they can keep it respectable. I think that they could. I don't know if I give them to cover the 10. I think they could lose by 10. I think it could be a 38-28. It could be
So my score prediction from last week.
I said it last week. 38-28 is such a good college score prediction because it's like this offense did enough, but this offense just did just a little bit better. I think a 10-point difference is fair, but I could definitely see. I think UNT could stand a chance and keep it respectable, but I don't think they'll win.
Anthony, what do you think?
Western Kentucky just looks like the better team.
Whoa.
I mean, they just, I know. I'm not rolling with my mean green. right now. But
We're not going to get any yelling. No surprise.
no, it's an 85.7 chance that Western Kentucky is going to kick our bleeps, as Colin likes to say. And they just look good. Like the way they put the brakes on UAB, and just this whole entire season, and the fact that you said that they won. You said they lost against not UAB.
They lost
UTSA. They
UTSA,
lost
yeah.
by 3.
By 3.
They played them well.
They're trying to make a statement. This
And that
year,
was in
for
San
sure.
Antonio, too. I think that Alamo Dome is just a really big factor, to be honest.
It's great home field advantage there, especially when they pack
Probably the best home field advantage in Conference USA, right?
it. Right now, yeah, in my opinion.
Just sidebar. I know we're talking about Western Kentucky. The city of San Antonio deserves another pro sports team other than the Spurs.
I agree.
I think they have the people, the passion that could support another professional team.
I know
They had their minor league hockey team ripped away from them by Vegas. I'll just throw that out there.
I know that they were
There you
getting looks for another. Was it another hockey team?
No, it was an NFL team, but Jerry Jones said no, because there's a huge Cowboy fan base in San Antonio.
No, you wouldn't take them away from Dallas. I'm just saying they could support their own individual, maybe expansion team, and
Maybe
not
XFL.
not even necessarily football. I mean, you could baseball or hockey. I feel like San Antonio would embrace with open arms.
Make the Missions a
There you go.
the Missions a major league team.
Yeah, but this isn't the Fools on Stools podcast, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Green Guys.
It's San Antonio related.
This is the Green Guys show.
Back to Western Kentucky. Any final thoughts?
I mean, Austin Reed, their quarterback. I mean, he was 14 for 23 against UAB Saturday, 128 yards. No interceptions. He only got sacked once. He just looks like the better quarterback, honestly. I mean, for Western Kentucky, he had a 64.6 QBR rating, and I know I'm not the stats guy here. I leave that up to Kevin Walker, but I mean, from the looks of it, it just looks like Austin is just looking like the better quarterback, and just the whole team has just been killing people. As Kevin is emotionally dancing to this soft, subtle music.
It's good music.
It's very nice. It's very, very nice. Anyway, I just think Western Kentucky is just going to take the dub against North Texas. They're going to put up a fight, but I just don't see it.
Do you think UT can cover the spread, Anthony?
We need score predictions.
Yeah, score predictions.
Oh, sweet mother of peanut butter. All right. Well, let me think about this.
Why do you always come up with these accents when it's time for score predictions?
Well, you see, Bucko. Yeah, you see, with this music,
you're like a combination between a Western and Elvis.
Thank you very much.
I say I'm just gonna go out and say 41-20.
Wow.
41-24.
Okay,
Anthony.
Cullen.
The question was posed to you first.
Oh, I was gonna lob it to you, buddy.
Okay. I'll go Western Kentucky 35. I'll go UNT 24.
Okay, that's not bad.
So we both think that they're gonna get about 24 points of offense.
I think so. I think, again, Western Kentucky's defense scares me, but I think for all those betting the UNT Western Kentucky game, whoever you are out there, they're going to be sweating that 10-point spread, but I think ultimately Western Kentucky covers.
I'm going to go
I want to meet those people.
35-30 Western Kentucky.
So you do have them covered in the spread.
Yeah.
We both do.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're the only one that doesn't.
Yeah.
all right.
But that's okay, because even if they do lose to Western Kentucky,
The season's still alive.
homecoming is the week after, and we're going to destroy FIU! Ah!
I would hope we would destroy FIU.
Cullen's-
That's
Cullen-
a bad football team.
Cullen still has the 50 bomb.
So you're saying FIU we're going to just drop 50 on them and they're not going to score?
Like I said in our first episode, did I stutter?
I mean, maybe in your head, but not out loud. I don't know.
Well, that's up to interpretation. I stutter a lot in my head, to be fair, but that's besides the point.
All righty. Well, there you go. There's a look ahead to Western Kentucky this weekend. It's a 2:30 kickoff from Bowling Green, Kentucky. Coming up next, we move into a little bit of volleyball and soccer talk here on the Green Guys.
Hi, this is Craig Miller, North Texas intramural legend, and now talk show host at The Ticket in Dallas, and you're listening to The Green Guys.
Welcome back to the Green Guys, where we discuss all things North Texas sports, the good, the bad, the ugly, everything in between. Now time to shift gears a little bit and talk about some volleyball and soccer. And we will start off with the volleyball team, which are 10-13 on the year. Currently in conference play, they sit at 4-4. Season is winding down. We're not quite close to it being over yet. We're still about 3 weeks or so away from there. But they are coming off of what was a win over UTSA back on October 16th. 3-2. They followed that up in Ruston with a close loss this past Sunday to Louisiana Tech. In fact, I think that was the only game they played since our last episode, was the one against Louisiana Tech. Yeah, 3-2 was the final there as they come up on the short end of the stick in Ruston. But another back and forth affair. Neither team won consecutive sets. Louisiana Tech won the first, North Texas the second, La Tech the third, North Texas the fourth.
You said who won the first?
And Louisiana Tech won the fifth.
You said who won the first set?
I believe I said Louisiana Tech.
Of course.
Interesting.
Crazy.
Does that mean you're, what do you always say, Anthony Council? Got to win the first set?
Ain't that the truth?
You got to come out the gates hot.
Yeah, you do. You got to come out the gates hot and not let up like some other teams in football.
Okay, but in all seriousness, for a coach that's just taken over a team, 10-13 is not that bad. I mean, there's been worse
Is that
debut
Kevin
seasons.
Walker talking volleyball?
Oh my gosh!
Holy crap.
Well, Blake's not here, so we got to do something.
Oh, okay. I guess we're allowed to talk about soccer.
Yep. Yes, we are.
All
Yes,
right.
we are.
This show's going to go off the rails.
I'm all about
You
changing
mean football?
Changing it up.
El football.
Football.
Anyways, yeah, so we did unfortunately come away with the loss versus Louisiana Tech, dropping us to 10-13, as Zach mentioned, 4-4 in conference play. I don't know, Anthony, I wanted to get your opinion. I'm pleasantly shocked about how well we've competed in conference play, to be honest. To have a 500 record in conference in our head coach's first season seems to be, I wouldn't say overachieving, but slightly higher than what I expected. Do you agree?
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm just looking at some of the stats for the La Tech game. Very interesting. It was the first set 20-25. Yeah, I'm not going to go all the way through what Zach said, but it's interesting looking at the third set and then the fourth set. The La Tech got 25-23 against UNT, and I mean, I don't know what happened. Either maybe it was some miscommunication from your setter or something who was trying to make a kill. Or a dig. I mean, because 25-23 is not that bad. Even 29-27 in the fourth set isn't that bad either. And even 10-15. It's just like fixing those small little mistakes that you have been having, either with La Tech or just in conference play, and just fixing those mistakes in order to get. You have 10 kills, and the second set you have 16 kills, which is fantastic, but I mean, you have to keep the momentum up. By the second, all the way down to the fourth set, you have 16, 14, and 16 kills, which is great. But it's like, why don't you have that in the first set and even in the fifth set if it gets to a fifth set? It should never get to a fifth set, I mean, in my opinion. But, I mean,
Maybe
when
it
it
wouldn't
does.
have. Maybe it wouldn't have if
Oh,
they
hey,
had lost,
Cullen.
they won the first set or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be here. Where are
I was
you?
gonna say I didn't know you were here. Anthony was talking, so I thought you went to the bathroom or something.
Oh, crazy. We are in the green studio all together today, aren't we?
That
Yeah,
is
we
very
are.
true.
There's
Okay.
no,
No
Well,
wall, no
we've-
barrier,
No
No.
barrier, nothing.
and because of that, no Blake.
No Blake.
Yep.
sadness.
Very sad.
He's okay. He's okay though. Don't worry.
Really, when you look at the stats, I know I'm no volleyball expert by any means, but just looking at
What?
the stats here,
Mr. Green Guy.
how did we not win this game? I mean, we had more points, we had more kills, we had more aces, we had more blocks, we had more assists, and we had more digs.
Well, when UNT won, they won big. I mean, they won the second and fourth set by a combined 12 points, whereas Louisiana Tech, in their three sets, Well, I take that back because the fifth set, I just saw the score with that. But
Yeah, that fit the fourth set was also
Actually, no,
a mega extra time.
Louisiana Tech won their 3 sets by 12. So they had an additional set on us, and they still won their total score by the same amount as UNT did.
Yeah.
So that's
your answer.
That's one that's going to hurt.
I mean,
Efficiency.
It's AJ 23 is still killing it right now with 26 kills. I mean, the most kills for the Mean Green, especially in that game. But the reason why they lost, to answer your question, because they didn't win the first set. They didn't come out hot. And throughout the history of this season, if you don't win the first set, you're probably not going to win the game.
Do you think they talk about that in their coaches' meeting? Hey, listen, this Green guy, he might be onto something. For this first set curse that we have here.
This is what Christy Porter listens to get her volleyball intel.
I'm just saying.
Hey.
Does she not have a sweeper with us?
She does have a sweeper with us.
Okay.
She did do a sweeper, and that's true. Maybe you're onto something.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Because, the next game we play against a very good UTEP team, and then UTSA, Rice, and that's it for... No, wait, I'm sorry. There's more games. This is not loading. Middle Tennessee, all the way to November 6th. And, UTEP is a good school. If we win the first set, I think we could beat UTEP, but they're nothing to play with. They're a very good volleyball team altogether, and I just think that even if we play against some of the top schools, which we have, winning the first set is the most important thing because you want to have that momentum all together.
I think if we win 2 out of our next 3, especially with 2 of them being at home, I think we'll come in. Well, granted, we'll have podcasts during then, but I think if UNT goes 2 and 3 in this next stretch, I think that's something to really hang your hat on because this is some pretty tough competition between UTEP, UTSA, and Rice. But
Ranked Rice team.
I think it's possible. I really do. But again, they just got to win that first set, I guess. I don't know. It just makes too much sense.
Oh, no, we know. We know. Don't say you don't know.
I'm not questioning it.
We know they have to win that first set.
I'm just not.
Well, there you go. Volleyball. Shifting gears over to soccer. They are down to their last game of the season.
What?
They
already?
Yep, they won. They also, like volleyball, we played 1 game since our last show. A 1-0 win over UTEP in El Paso. The lone Mean Green goal coming from Devin Flannery. Taylor Tufts and Maddie Starrett had an assist on the goal. It was a very early goal, too, in the 5th minute of the game, and then no one scored for the rest of the match, and North Texas hangs on to win 1-0. They are now 10-5-2. They are 6-2-1 in conference play. And the only game they have left is against Louisiana Tech. That is a home game, senior night, this Saturday at 7 p.m.
Go. Attend. Be there.
Support.
It's senior night.
It's senior night.
You should go.
Absolutely.
Thoughts on soccer?
Soccer's doing well as always. No surprise there. They're number 4 right now in Conference USA. Zach, if they beat Louisiana Tech, does that give them the 3 spot?
I am looking it up right now. Yes, it would, I believe.
Okay.
You mean when they beat them?
I think Louisiana Tech.
They're 5-2-2. So
does Louisiana Tech still have an extra game? No. Their last game is that one as well. So yeah. So if they were to win, yeah, this is for the 3rd seed in the conference tournament. This game on Saturday.
Okay. Now, obviously, the conference tournament is not this upcoming weekend, but the weekend after. Y'all make sure to
go to Charlotte.
Yeah, go to Charlotte. Yeah, make the trip
on your dime, right, Kevin?
Yeah, totally. Sure.
Wait,
with the money that I make, the money that I make,
I'll
on
go
this.
home. That's where I live. I head to Charlotte, North Carolina, real quick.
Y'all hit up Anthony. He'll bring
Green Guy's trip to North Carolina for the women's soccer tournament.
Oh yeah, I'll make sure my aunt makes all the good food.
Ooh, I'm down then.
That sounds like
that sold me on it.
That sounds like a time I can't miss.
Mm-hmm.
North Texas, they're doing well as always. Always going to be a well-rounded team with John Hedlund at the helm. No worries. It's getting down to conference tournament time, which is when the time, the sparks really come alive, when all this stuff comes to fruition. Regular season is what it is for the soccer team. So we'll see what we're really about.
There you go. Soccer and volleyball talk here on the Green Guys. We'll take a quick break when we come back. To the top to learn a little bit about Western Kentucky.
Hi, this is Craig Way, play-by-play voice of the Texas Longhorns, but you're listening to the Green Guys.
Welcome back to the Green Guys. We discuss all things North Texas sports. Put your books away, everyone, because you know what time it is. It's time to learn about Western Kentucky a little bit.
No, it's time to be psyched. It's time to be tricked.
Time to be psyched.
Every time that you think you know something, you're wrong.
We learn more about the host of the show than we actually do about the questions.
Yeah, we do.
It's just Zach Babb's psychology hour.
Did you do the typical I don't run this show at the top?
No, he didn't.
I didn't.
No, he didn't.
Whoa,
I'm changing it up.
Whoa.
Because someone else is going to be running the board for this show here soon, and it's not going to be me.
Surprise.
So
It's gonna be
It's me.
it's going to be Blake Elliott. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
It's gonna be the photographer that
Mario?
Yeah, it's gonna be Mario. Mario's gonna run the board.
Can't even remember his name. Didn't you get his name wrong last week?
Yep.
Yeah.
I said Romeo.
Pretty sure you called him Luigi.
Yeah, and then someone called him Luigi, and then he heard that.
And then I called Blake Yoshi.
Y'all are just wrong.
All right. To the top. All about Western Kentucky. 7-question quiz, by the way, this week. It was supposed to be 8 questions, but Kevin Walker ruined one of them pre-show. So.
I interrogated Zach.
So it's just a 7-question quiz now. But here we go. To the top. Number 1. Western Kentucky's gone through a host of name changes. What's its original name? A. Potter College.
Of course.
B. Western Kentucky State. Or C. Glasgow Normal School. Kevin Walker goes first, but you have something to say?
I just have a statement.
Yeah.
Whoever, when you already have a directional on the compass, you don't need to add state to your school. I know that's actually a thing.
And it used to be North Texas State.
No, I was going
That's
to
what I'm
say
saying.
North Texas State.
And it was stupid. And that's why we don't have it anymore.
I kind of like North Texas State.
Rolls off the tongue a little easier than University of North Texas.
It's kind of long.
Just say North Texas.
The University of North Texas State.
I don't think that's what it was.
See, I lost half interest halfway through that.
Half interest,
right.
so you're still kind of interested.
Back to the subject at
It's just 'cause
hand.
it's you.
Kevin Walker, your answer since you represent all of the Green Studio.
Yeah,
today.
yay. Winning culture over here. Which
Check
one
the
was the
head-to-head
one with
for that.
normal school?
Glasgow Normal School?
Is it really normal?
Just give me that one.
Okay.
So
He
normal,
locks it in for C.
normal school, state, and then the first one,
Potter College.
Potter College. Okay.
That's probably what it is.
See, this is the part normally where I would walk it down and try to logically go through it. No one wants to hear that, and it also takes up too much of the show. So, Anthony, why don't
Y'all
you just
want-
tell us what the answer
Y'all
is?
want enough.
Okay. Well.
So, Anthony, why don't you just tell us what the answer is?
Okay, so we have normal school. We have
Glasgow Normal School, Western
You said
Kentucky State.
Glasgow?
Glasgow.
Glasgow.
Isn't that like
A glass to go at a normal school.
Sure.
That
Basically.
I don't know. I don't know.
But you do know, because you know the right answer.
It's in Boca Raton.
It's is it Western Kentucky State, Potter College, or Glasgow Normal School?
Don't look at me.
Oh, okay.
Don't look at me.
Okay.
Cullen's not here.
I'm going to go with,
He's not part of this show.
I'm going to go with normal school.
And you're both right.
Hey, okay, cool.
It was Glasgow Normal School
Yep.
was the original name of Western Kentucky University.
When in doubt, go with normal school.
Yep.
You'll find that a lot of early colleges were called, normal something.
Normal
Why is
something?
that?
North Texas was North Texas State
Normal
Normal
school?
College. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Why
North
is
Texas
that?
State Normal College
That's
was the original
weird.
name.
Wow.
Number 2, Western Kentucky has reached the Final Four in what sport? A, basketball in 1971. B, hockey, way back in 1943.
Cullen.
Or C, FCS football in 1986.
Yes, Kevin.
But it said 1943. I just
Oh, okay.
Yellow Studio, you're first.
first person I thought of.
Don't look at me. I'm not helping. You know the answer.
You're not
I'm
helping
me? No.
Why?
Because apparently I don't help at all, so I might as well just leave you with the
help-
answers.
So you know how Zach always-
Remember that one show, and you were like, "Oh, you know the answer because you had a conversation with Zach." You haven't had a conversation with Zach about.
I haven't
Western
talked to
Kentucky?
Zach. Zach is a very busy individual.
He is a very busy
So
individual.
you know how Zach normally starts the show with "I'm not part
Nope.
of this show." This is Cullen's. I'm not part of this show.
Oh well, okay. Well, I guess it's just me today.
One-on-one.
Can you go through some of the choices of the answers again, please?
Now that sounds like me.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
or not?
Western
I can read
Kentucky
them for
has
you.
reached the Final Four in what sport? A, basketball in 1971. B,
Hockey.
hockey in
Hockey.
1943.
Hockey. You don't gotta say anything else. Hockey.
You're going with hockey. Okay. Locks it in. You're up, sir.
I don't even know the other answer choices, but it's okay.
C was FCS football.
Okay.
No, going hockey.
I'm going to go with basketball.
And you're right. It is the obvious one. Basketball in 1971. Western Kentucky's been to a Final Four in basketball.
Have they historically been decent?
Yes.
Okay.
So, your score, 2-1, Green Studio. Number 3, Western Kentucky has spent time in 3 conferences. Conference USA, where they currently reside. The Sun Belt. And what other conference? A, the Ohio Valley Conference.
Of course.
B, the Southeastern Conference. Or C, the Missouri Valley Conference. Kevin Walker, you're up.
No pressure.
Yeah, this one's tough. So Missouri, you said Missouri College.
Missouri
or
Valley,
yeah.
Ohio Valley, or the SEC.
Okay. I'm going to say SEC.
And Yellow Studio.
Can you get that camera out of my face?
No, this is for content purposes.
Okay.
Let's see.
I
The
love
SEC.
college, just not even nothing.
Hey, C Money. Okay, cool. Okay. I don't think it's the SEC. What are the other ones again?
Ohio Valley or Missouri Valley?
Ohio Valley or Missouri Valley? What do you think? I don't know.
Are you talking to yourself?
Ohio Valley sounds right. Yeah, it does. But Missouri Valley sounds... Yeah, you're right, too. Yeah. That's true.
All right.
This is how I imagine every thought in Anthony's head goes.
This is exactly what I think, too. Yeah.
Let's see.
This is how he comes to decisions.
Missouri Valley, Ohio Valley, the SEC. I'm just going to go with the SEC.
And you're both wrong.
No,
It was the
man.
Ohio Valley Conference.
How could we have gotten that wrong?
I don't know.
I'm surprised y'all went with SEC. I just kind of threw that one in there haphazardly.
I don't know. I just give
What
it a
was
shot.
it? Was it hazardly and a half? What was the other half?
I'm too confused right now.
Yeah, I don't know what that was going for.
On to the next question. Number 4. Until 2006, Western Kentucky football was not in the same conference as the rest of their sports. What conference did football participate in prior to 2006? A, the Big Sky Conference, B, the Gateway Conference, or C, the Big South Conference?
Western Kentucky. Big Sky, Big South, or...
Gateway.
Gateway.
And what year was this?
Prior to 06.
2006.
No, really.
Mm-hmm. For real.
That's amazing. And you were born in 06, right?
Incorrect.
Correct. Oh, yeah. I was... Man, you were young buck.
No, I was not born in 06.
Man.
It'd be my brother.
Right. Cullen? Nope. Okay.
I guess Cullen's just not participating in today's quiz show.
Cullen has left the studio, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna go. I don't think it's the Big South because I know it's in the Big South.
Texas. The state, anyway.
I'm gonna go with the other option. That's not the Big South.
The Gateway Conference?
No, the other one.
Big Sky?
Big Sky.
Big Sky. So he says.
Okay.
Kevin Walker?
So Big South, if I recall, you said that's where all the good teams were. So I'm going to say Gateway Conference.
And you're correct, Kevin Walker.
Oh.
It was the Gateway Conference. 2-2 is the score. Number 5, Western Kentucky and their biggest rival, Middle Tennessee, annually play in what rivalry game? What's the name of the rivalry game?
I don't know.
Is it...
I don't.
That's why we're
I
having
have
this
no idea.
quiz.
Oh, we're here.
That makes sense. I got you.
I need to
Okay.
start changing up this show. Goodness gracious. A, the Border Bowl. C, the Blue Topper Rivalry. Or C, 100 Miles of Hate.
And this was between who and?
Western Kentucky and their biggest rival, Middle Tennessee.
Middle Tennessee. Okay. So that was you said border What was it? Just go
Border
through.
Bowl.
Border Bowl. Okay.
Blue Topper Rivalry,
Okay.
which is combining both of their names,
Okay.
and 100 Miles of Hate.
So, I'm not going with 100 Miles of Hate. That's a long title. Doesn't really roll off the tongue for ESPN announcers.
Try it out right now. You're an ESPN
No, because
announcer.
it was so long, I already forgot. 100 Miles of Hate.
See?
Welcome to the
Look at
100
that.
Miles of Hate
Look at that. see?
rivalry. Nah, this doesn't sound good. Blue Topper Bowl
I mean,
and Borderline Bowl.
Border Bowl or Blue Topper Rivalry or 100 Miles of Hate.
Hey, look, it sounds good when you're getting paid to say it.
It's fair. That's fair. I'm gonna go with Border Bowl.
Border Bowl, and Cullen Brown says
He's gonna force him to answer. If Cullen doesn't answer, he
now
forfeits
they're,
the question.
now they're glaring at each other angrily.
I'm just going to go with the 100 miles of hate 'cause that's the wildest answer.
And you're correct.
Yeah, I was thinking
It
that.
is 100 Miles of Hate.
Interesting.
Gnarly.
So your score, yellow 3, green 2. Number 6. I'm going to pull an audible. This is going to be our last question. I don't like question number 7.
Okay.
And then,
Yeah, sorry, I ruined
Kevin
everything.
ruined question 8. So.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right. Last question.
I was out of
Walker
What was
Kevin
the-
Ranger.
What was the impetus
Ooh.
for the
What a
Western
loaded
Kentucky
language, Zach.
Hilltoppers nickname?
I can only read to a 5th grade level. You're going to have to break that one down
I'm
for
sorry.
me.
That means what was the cause of what how did they get their nickname?
Can you break down the word impetus, please?
IMPETUS.
Can you use that in a sentence?
What
He
was the
just-
impetus for Western Kentucky's Hilltopper nickname?
What is the
can you get
origin
to the
of
word
this
choice? Can
word?
you get to the
All
answer
right,
choices?
this show is completely off the rails. Is it A, called the Hilltoppers because the campus literally sits on a hill? B, it was a jab at Western Kentucky's old rival, Eastern Kentucky. They're known as the Eastern Kentucky Hills, and Western Kentucky won the first 15 football meetings. Or C, the original football stadium for Western Kentucky required a 332-foot increase in elevation to reach it.
What? A 352?
Yeah, you had to climb up 332 feet to get to the football stadium.
Sweet mother of peanut butter. Have mercy on a tamale.
All right.
And cookie crumble on Bumble. Okay. See, that one, the 352,685 foot walk, just makes sense because, like,
Literally climbing up a hill.
This
Yeah.
isn't
Plus
a show of
Hilltoppers.
making sense.
that makes sense though,
Yeah.
and doesn't make sense at the same time. But I'm gonna let Cullen Brown, since he just walked back in the studio. Nope, he didn't. I lied, guys. I'm sorry. He is still. He's
playing
still
the quiet game.
He still has walking pneumonia of stuff. Still.
Did you almost say walking pneumonia of walking?
Yes.
Because that's
Walking-
like going to the redundant school of redundancy.
Yes, exactly. I'm gonna go with the walking 352
The
foot hill.
walking up a giant hill to get to the football stadium.
Walking up a giant. Yes.
Okay. And Kevin Walker.
Against my better judgment, I actually think that is the answer choice, but I'm not going with it because it does me no good.
Thank you for your logic.
So it was, the other one was because of their
old rival.
Okay. Old rival being the
Hills.
The Hills. Okay. Weird name. And then the other one was
The entire campus was built on a hill.
built on a hill. I'm going to go with entire campus built on a hill.
And you're correct.
Oh, congratulations, Mr.
So now
Walker.
we're tied.
So now we're tied. That means we're going to use the 7th question.
Please stand by.
Please stand by for the final question. Western Kentucky's mascot, Big Red, is what?
Red.
A large red blob with a face. B, a caricature of a particularly fat pioneer.
Okay.
Or C, an anthropomorphic waving towel.
Okay, but is it red though?
Another big loaded word, anthropomorphic.
That means having human qualities but not human.
Got it.
Don't ask me to use it in a sentence or I'll punch you.
I'm not
Okay,
Anthony.
what's the No, I'm kidding.
Anthony, you had, is it Anthony first or me first?
Anthony.
Okay. Well, if I use my anthropology,
Anthropology.
No, I'm trying to say the word that Zach said.
Anthropomorphic?
Morphic knowledge now.
It's okay.
And my telekinesis powers with the music. I'm just going to have to think about this one a little bit. And,
Dude, gotta get home soon.
that's very true. Mr. Walker does have to get home soon because the highways are going to be closed off. And if he doesn't get on the highway, he's
I was saying
be
that so
walking.
you can answer.
That is not going to help, big dog. But I'm going to go with, you said there's something that's really big, round, and red, right?
Large red blob.
Large red blob. And then the other answer was something that is
A
anthropomorphic.
flag.
A waving
Flag.
red flag.
That's
Towel,
as
sorry.
A
A
mascot.
towel as a mascot?
It's what it, yes.
Okay. That sounds wild as heck. Towel as a mascot. What the heck? I'm going to go with
mascot? Towel's mascot is your final?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. And Kevin?
So I know there was Tyler's mascot, big red blob, and then the other one was like a big fat
Pioneer.
I'm gonna go with that one.
You're both wrong.
So
It's
what
a
do we
large
do?
red blob.
So what?
This might be the worst game show we've ever done. Cullen hasn't even spoken. We're tied at 3. It was only 6 questions.
Go ahead, ask the one that I completely forgot about.
Sure.
That you gave me the answer to. I forgot it.
I would love to think that.
Cullen's facial expression.
The most involvement you've had in the show.
All right. Here's the tiebreaker.
I can ask Anthony as a fun question.
Western Kentucky University
Never mind.
was established in what year?
Oh, Lord.
You said, whoa.
So
whoa.
closest to get it, right?
Yep, closest to it. I should have done this in the beginning. But
This is
here we
not
go.
my forte. This is exactly what Anthony succeeds in.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
This is like Hail Marys.
Okay.
All right,
say.
Kevin,
All
you're
right.
up first.
Oh, come on.
When did Western Kentucky
Okay.
first get established?
Yes.
So when was Western Kentucky as the name established, or the school
The
with a
school.
different name?
The school with a different name. When was Glasgow Normal School established?
That's crazy.
This is so hard. Give me 19. I'm gonna lean with my gut. 1950.
1950. Anthony, since
So
Cullen just refuses to
1950?
participate.
Oh, come on, Cullen.
Are you looking?
At least
you're
this
not
one.
looking it up, right?
No,
what are you
I'm
doing?
texting somebody.
Okay.
Okay,
if he gets it right on the dot, then we're gonna instantly accuse him of cheating.
Thank you.
Is that fair?
appreciate it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Forfeit the win.
Sorry, my mother had to ask me a question. Let's see. You said 1950.
I don't know. Did I?
He did.
Thank
oh,
you.
wow.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank
he
you.
can speak.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, we all
I
know who
said
did-
that, not Cullen.
Oh, okay. I thought Cullen said that. Well, because he's looking at Anthony and he shook his head, so I thought he said it.
Pick a year. When
Okay.
did it open?
He said
Pick a
19.
year,
He
any
said
year.
1950. 19.
Not a year.
Shut up. 65.
And Kevin Walker wins!
Oh,
What year was it?
1906.
sweet mother of pearl.
Yeah.
I'll take
a long
it.
time ago.
I'll
was
take
the
it.
closest.
I'll take it.
Oh, man.
Maybe
What
Blake
an-
should not show up to the game
What
show.
an off-the-rails show. How's everyone feeling?
Pretty well.
Okay.
Code.
Cullen just gave a thumbs up. So
Yeah, okay, Cullen just gave it 2 thumbs
Alrighty.
up.
Are you going to talk again before we end this or no?
Probably not.
All right.
I feel like this is a protest against my producing skills.
I mean, he's going to be producing the show afterwards, so, you know.
Alrighty. Well,
That's to be determined later.
on that note, thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Green Guys. Going green, everybody. 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 Green Guys.